Ladies and gentlemen, we have our highest earning Nollywood movie ever, and that's A Tribe Called Judah. Directed by Funke Akindele and Adeoluwa Owu, A Tribe Called Judah, which was released on December 15th, 2023, has smashed box office records, becoming the first Nigerian movie to earn £1 billion in domestic theaters. Now, that's according to the BBC. The more interesting part is that the movie achieved this historic feat in just 3 weeks. Let's summarize A Tribe Called Judah. A woman called Jedidah has 5 sons with 5 different men. Jedidah falls ill with a kidney problem, and her children plan to rob a mall to get enough money for Jedidah's dialysis and transplant. Unfortunately, the robbery doesn't go as planned, and so problem starts, and that's the climax of the movie. So, what makes this movie special? Here's what I think. Number 1, art was allowed to be art. You see, I think the majority of Nollywood movies have been too censored because the censors board reportedly insists that movies must be like something from the Holy Bible or Quran by teaching moral lessons. Fair enough, art can be anything, and many movies teach moral lessons and still succeed as great movies. However, you can't always stifle art by insisting on the kind of moral lesson a movie's ending should teach. It's only going to make the movie very predictable. You know that once a character commits a crime like robbery, then they must be arrested or killed. Now, this is not always the case in real life, so it defeats the essence of art as a mirror held up to life. Now, apologies if you don't share the humanist perspective to art. But A Tribe Called Judah allows art to be art. Just for a moment, think about painting. Nobody is going to look at abstract painting and begin to say, oh, this is great because it teaches some moral lessons. I mean, most times you don't even understand what the painting is about. You go on to appreciate it. Nobody listens to the instrumental of a song and says, oh, fantastic, this teaches some moral lessons. Nobody listens to jazz and says, hey, I love the moral lessons in this jazz. I don't see the reason why we should stifle art in movies and say, oh, it must teach this lesson. Oh, it must do this. I think art should be allowed to be art in movies. As long as the situation presented in the movie is probable, the incidents, the plot, the acting, everything aligns. For me, that's enough. And A Tribe Called Judah does this by allowing art to be art, just the way we've seen in a few Nollywood productions like Brotherhood, for example. So I am pleased with this, and I say more of this, please. Number 2 is ethnic inclusion and unity. Funke seems to be on a mission to unite, ethnic groups in Nigeria through movies. I recall how in her previous movie, Battle on Bukka Street, she cast an Igbo man as husband to 2 women, Yoruba and an Igbo woman, in a community not, attached to any ethnic group. We see that sort of ethnic inclusion in A Tribe Called Judah. Jedidah has 5 children with 5 different men from different ethnic backgrounds. And none of the children was bad or good simply because of their ethnic orientation. So I love this, subtle ethnic unity. And considering the current ethnic tension in Nigeria, A Tribe Called Judah deserves a huge mention for his attempt at ethnic inclusion and unity. Maybe he should be up for awards in that regard, if you ask me. Number 3, casting and acting. I think the choice of characters for each of the roles was excellent. Funke as Jedidah was unquestionably good. Nse as Colette, Genoveva as Testimony, Jide as Emeka, and so on and so forth. All very fitting, I believe. Plus, the acting was very impressive as well. But you see, the acting that stood out for me was that of Chairman, that is Uzo Arokwe. My goodness, the guy bodied the role. His L&R tongue, his singular business-minded Igbo man stereotype, his callousness despite his smiling face, his ruthlessness, everything was on point. I've seen Uzo play a similar role in a 2021 movie titled Prophetess, and he was devastatingly good. Now, he's done it again. Take a bow, man. Yet, there is something I wish the movie had done better, and that was attention to police investigation. Now, the police showed up in the morning after the robbery. They spoke with Chairman Uzo Arokwe and said they needed to speak with all C&K staff as part of their investigation, even though Chairman wasn't happy. But then nothing was shown about the police speaking to the staff or carrying out any investigation. It was Chairman's thugs who instead did the investigation themselves, abducting Colette and her gang, abducting Adamu and ransacking his house. The police simply showed up at the end to arrest Chairman in his torture room, showing that they had actually been doing some serious investigation, which the movie didn't show us. I think we should have seen the police questioning all C&K staff. The police should have suspected the absence of Colette in the morning of the robbery. They should have visited her and seen the facial bruises on her face, or, noticed that she'd been abducted. The police should have found out from the staff that a staff member had been recently sacked. Such person would have a strong motive for robbery, so the police should have visited Emeka's family. The police should have also gone to Adamu's house to confirm from his family members if he was truly on leave and had gone to Kano, because the truth is, ordinarily the leave excuse should have been flagged as a possible alibi in the robbery incident. All of this notwithstanding, I consider this movie very solid and actually one of my best 3 movies of 2023. So it's a big 9/10 for me. Kindly let me know what you think of the movie if you have seen it, and of course my review of the movie. My name is Nnamdi Atupulazi. Please subscribe to my channel, like and share this video.